Well, hello everybody. We are on storm watch here in Southern California, San Diego County. Actually, I live in Oceanside and North County so far. I mean, we're having pouring rain and stuff, but there was a tornado warning that was just given out for San Diego County, but they didn't mention North County. So anyway, it's pouring rain out. My sister posted a really easy recipe with just 3 ingredients for Weight Watchers banana muffins. And they're 2 points each, or if you add nuts, they're 3 points each. And of course, I'm going to add nuts. I always have chopped walnuts because I put them on my waffle in the morning and in my Ninja Creamies. Anyway, the ingredients she listed was 1 box of this Pillsbury sugar-free vanilla cake mix. I always have these on hand because I do so many recipes with the chocolate and the vanilla sugar-free Pillsbury cake mixes. She says 3 bananas and 3 eggs. To me, because I've done so many cakes with the Pillsbury, I'm thinking, I don't know if that's going to be moist or not, or if it's going to be banana flavored. That's just the YouTube creator, I guess, in me. But so behind here, I've got some secret ingredients just to make sure. I've got some banana extract, and I have sugar-free zero Sprite. And the reason I'm showing you that is because when I make the sugar-free cake mixes, I make like a cobbler or whatever, I just use the cake mix and usually a can of, not quite a can, but almost a can of the Diet A&W root beer. You can use any diet drink. That helps the soda in it, helps it rise. That's why I'm thinking I'm going to use some of the Diet Sprite. I've been buying the Diet Sprite to keep on hand for recipes that I may not want to use the root beer in, even though you don't taste the root beer. So I'm going to get started on this. We'll see how it goes. Also, before I forget, she said that it makes 18 muffins and they're 2 points each, but with the walnuts they're going to be 3 points each. That's fine. I'm going to do it with walnuts. Here we go. Okay, the recipe calls for 3 ripe bananas. Mine are not quite ripe, but I have this cool cookbook. I actually have 2 of these that I bought a few years ago from the Guilt-Free Gourmet, and it's by Daniel Hollick. I'll put his name here. Give him credit for this, but it has a lot of cool recipes on how you can swap stuff out and make them Weight Watcher friendly. He has a lot of different things on hacks, on things you can swap and stuff. I highly recommend this book. Anyway, he has a part here, as I've used this before, on how to quickly ripen yellow bananas. And it says, to sweeten up those baked goods, ever tried to make banana bread or another baked item that calls for very ripe bananas? Yeah. But all that you have are the firm yellow ones, without a fleck of black on them. Here's a quick fix. Throw the firm bananas in their skin into a pie pan and bake them at 325 for 15 to 20 minutes, and that will ripen them. Okay, I'm going to do it. Okay, something I just noticed I wanted to share with you. I just took my bananas out and I had 3 bananas, and I already opened this banana up, and then when I read this directions, it says to keep them in the skin. So I took the skin and tried to put it back in it, but it wasn't that good. The second one I cut up, they're softer, but I had put a slit already, like down, kind of like this one here, already in it, and then when I read that, I just didn't take it off anymore. This one here was completely covered. I just put a slit in and out. These are softer. This could be a little softer, but the ones that were completely in the skin turned out really good. They're real ripe. So just a tip, if you want to ripen your bananas, keep them in the skin and or the peel on them, and put them in oven for 325 degrees for 15 minutes, and it will ripen them. Okay, I have this little mashing tool. It's actually for avocados, but I use it also if I want to do a little mashing. The other 2 bananas, I was able to mash them, but one of them was a little harder to mash, but I got it mashed up. This is the one here, you can see right here, that had the full skin on it, and look, it just smashes right up. It's completely right. And when they're riper, the flavor is stronger too, besides mashing them up. Okay, now let's finish the recipe here. Okay, so I'm going to put my mashed up bananas in my mixer. Might fast forward through this, we'll see. There's the 3 mashed up bananas. I'm trying to do this with the camera around my neck. Anyway, don't want to get all my camcorder out for just a little. Now I'm going to add 3 eggs. I'm going to mix this together, cream them together, and then I'll add the cake mix. Be right back. Now I'm adding the package of Pillsbury sugar-free vanilla cake mix. And I'm going to go ahead and add the half a cup of finely crushed walnuts that I do these in my food processor. I have a big container of them since I use a lot of them. And now I'm going to blend this together and see how it looks. Okay, this is what the 3 ingredient cake mix looks like, or cake cupcake recipe looks like that my sister sent me. And this is with the 1 box of sugar-free vanilla cake mix, 3 ripe bananas, and 3 eggs, and then also a half a cup of finely diced up nuts. I used walnuts. I just tasted it. I do like a little bit more of a banana flavor, so I have all kinds of extracts because of my Ninja Creamy. So I'm going to put a teaspoon, or not quite a teaspoon, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of banana extract in with it. You don't need a whole lot, just a little. Also, it's very thick, so I'm going to thin it down a little, plus the 0 sugar sodas. If you use it like I'm using Sprite, that will help it rise. And there's no Weight Watchers points. So I'm going to start it off with maybe 1/4 cup, and then we'll see. I think it's going to need at least a half a cup. Usually I use a cup, but we'll see. Okay, I ended up putting in a little bit more of the 0 point sugar-free Sprite. So altogether, it's got 3/4 of a cup, around 6 ounces of the sugar-free Sprite in here. That will help, because the soda will help it raise more. You probably should make sure it holds 18 too at a good size, hopefully. And I ended up adding a whole teaspoon of the banana extract, and gives it a little better flavor. Now I'm going to spoon it into some little cupcake holders, and I'm going to put it in the oven at 350, and I'll let you know how it turns out. Okay, to make it easier on filling my cupcake, little paper things or silicones, whatever you want to use. I'm using the paper ones because I only have like 12 of the silicones. Anyway, I use a ice cream scoop. First I tried it with this one, regular one, and it put too much in it and I had to take a little out, because you don't want to fill them all the way full and have them overflow and then you don't have enough. So I tried the smaller one, it was too small. So what I'm doing is just the regular one and kind of eyeballing it. Maybe only fill it about 2/3 full. See if I can do this while I talk to you. And I just like these to do it because then I don't make a big old mess. That one there, I could have did a little bit more, so you just kind of do it like that. It's pretty good. Okay, I finished filling them, and by adding, the 6 ounces of the Sprite, not only will it help them rise higher, but it actually makes it a little more. So I was able to go back and add a little bit more to each one, and so they're all filled up, about, I'd say 3/4 full, maybe a little more, and that should give it a nice rise. We'll see. They're going to go in the oven now, and it says 40 minutes. I'm going to check them after 30 and see how it goes. Okay, I ended up cooking them, baking them, I should say, for 40 minutes. I checked it after 30, and they needed to brown a little bit more, so I went ahead and just baked them for the full 40 minutes. They look real good. They rose up pretty good. I can't wait to try them. They're real hot right now. It's a little hot, but I wanted to show you how good they raise. When you add the sugar-free soda, the soda helps them raise up a little bit, and so they rose really good. Okay, I pulled this one out to do a taste test. So good. Oh my gosh. See how nice and, see if I can zoom in on this, fluffy they are inside. Rolls really good. Very tasty. I do recommend to use 6 ounces of the diet soda in with the mix. And also the banana extract, because I added the teaspoon of banana extract, and you can taste the banana flavor, but it's not overwhelming. And so I'm really glad I added it, because I don't think I would taste banana as well as I like it. But this tastes wonderful. Thanks, sis, for the idea, and I hope you like my revised recipe, but you can make them either way. It's all personal preference. There's still 3 points. This just rises up a little bit more. Here's just a little bonus. I like a little bit of glaze on my, cupcakes or muffins, whatever you call them. And so this is a 0-point glaze that you can drizzle on top of these. It's very easy to make. You just use 1 cup of erythritol monk fruit confection sugar, not their granulated, but the confection. Sorbet carries it. I get the Anthony's brand of confection sugar off of Amazon, and that's the one I use. I hadn't used it in a while, and I had some left, but it was a little, it has some clumps in it. All I did was put it in my food processor and whisked it really good for like a minute or so on high, and it put it back into the powdery consistency that it needs to be in. So you take, all you use is like 1 cup of the sugar-free confection sugar, and then you're going to put approximately 2 tablespoons of liquid. You can use water or any kind of nut milk. I always use unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I get this at Costco, so I always have like a case of it. I use it for so many things, and this isn't going to add any extra points or anything to this because we're not using that much of it. So, got my confection sugar, I've got my liquid, and then afterwards we're going to add 1 teaspoon of real vanilla. So it says to put a cup of the confection sugar into a small bowl. I'll try to do this and hold this at the same time. So that's around a cup. Okay, I added 2 tablespoons. It was too thick, so then I added another half a tablespoon. It's still a little thick, so then I added another. Anyway, I ended up at doing 3.5 tablespoons, but I think I had more than a cup of the confection sugar in here. It could go thinner because it's supposed to be a glaze, but still need to add the vanilla, and the vanilla is going to thin it down a little, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So I'll see how the consistency is after I put the vanilla in to see if I need to add more of the almond milk. So I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Let's see if I could do this while I'm trying to. Okay, there's 1 teaspoon. Let's see how it looks now. See, that's going to thin it out a little bit. If you want a thicker, more of an icing, this would probably be the consistency right here, because it's not a drizzle, it's thicker. So if you wanted to just do that, you don't have to add as much liquid. Right now I've got 3.5 tablespoons of the almond milk, the liquid in it. So I'm going to add a little bit of more almond milk because I want it more of a drizzle. So I added a little bit more of the almond milk. It's perfect now. So I put a total in this bowl of 4 tablespoons of the almond milk because I think I had more than a cup of the confection sugar. It says you can keep this, you can store it. You'll need to store it in the refrigerator though. I don't remember how long it said you can, but put it in an airtight container, and then you can use it on other stuff too. So see how it drizzles right now? That's how you want it. Okay, I'm rolling here. You just want to play around with it. It still was a little thick. I just kept adding a little bit more of the almond milk to it. I actually even added just a little more vanilla because you want it to get really kind of runny, like it needs to be a drizzle. I did a few here, which are okay, but they didn't really drizzle. It should fall off of your fork when you drizzle it like ribbons. See, that's better. So let me try it now. We'll see how this looks. So I'm going to take this. I think I've got like 4.5 tablespoons or so. There we go. Now it's drizzling better. Ooh, I can't do this on the, and talk to you on the, but I'll do some and let you see them where I can concentrate a little better. Okay, I'm just drizzling away. You want to start like up here at the top. Kind of let it go back and forth like that. With your fork and just keep drizzling. Okay, every time I try this, my dog barks if somebody comes to the door, but just take your fork, go back and forth like that. Okay, there's 17 here that I put the drizzle on because I already ate one muffin, beforehand. Anyway, this is kind of what they look like. Some of them are a little thicker. These ones I was doing on the screen. It's easier to do when you're not trying to record at the same time. But I want to let you know that I have all of this left over, which I will put in the refrigerator. So if you wanted to do the 18, you only really have to do like a half a cup of the confection sugar. And then just, do like a tablespoon of your liquid, your almond milk, coconut milk, whatever you use. Just remember which one has the points in it if you're counting your points. And so now it says after 30 minutes, it will dry to a hardened stage. Now I can see already these three here. See here in the front, they're already turning darker. Those are the first ones I did. And it's only been like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So I'm gonna come back in 30 minutes and see how they look. Okay, everything's finished. After about 30 minutes, then all of the glaze hardened on the top, which is really nice. And so I'm going to have me a 3-point banana nut muffin, cupcake, whatever you want to call it. More like a muffin, I think. And a cup of coffee. And this is actually my lunch. Enjoy.